order. I will have order. Well, Judge, the evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt in this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant... Whoa! Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? His photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Well, maybe, yes. Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court. Nick, contempt? Contempt of court, you know. I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? You really think there was a contradiction in the facts of her testimony? Yes, I think there is. She had 2 shots, but we only had 1 bullet. Which means, I guess, the first shot missed, but the gun fired 3 times. She didn't hear a 3rd shot. I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm surprised, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yep. Got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. Christmas Eve just after midnight. Wait. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve but Christmas Day. Huh? Oh, yeah, well, yes. Just getting it straight. I know you want to find contradictions, but really, it's important to be clear. She might have actually got the day wrong, for all we know. I hope your next contradiction is a little bit more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony. I was in my car. Alright. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wow, no, you don't get to do that. Wait now, I'm the one who says that. Well then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. I heard a bang come from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in the boat. So the first shot missed. So you weren't looking at the lake at that time? Nope. I looked after I heard the noise. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. So when she looked out, she saw 2 gents in the boat. There was another bang. Nothing on the lake but the boat. I'm just going to keep annoying Karma. We're going to object, well, not, we're going to question that, not object. Did you clearly see the 2 men? Just look at the picture, clear enough for you? No, not really. I'm just going to back off on that one. I mean, actually it's not though, I'm going to go back. I will press on that. Clearly you can't, they're just indistinct grey blobs against a grey background. Press further. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the 2 men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified she saw them. There's also a photo. You best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. It is a contradiction. He jumped in quick, he's hiding something. Then there was another bang. Right. Were you watching at the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure, she said, looking away from me. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless! Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but the boat. Again, we don't know when this was taken, this picture. Are you sure about that? Yes, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? Almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I'm... Sustained! Yes, of course. Oh, great. Enough. I think we've all heard... I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But, Your Honour, you keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalise any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Nick. Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean. But I can't say anything. What can I do? Okay, I've got a theory. She's actually ashamed to admit that she was out there looking for Gordy, not taking pictures of meteorites. That's why the camera's pointed at the lake, not up at the sky. And the reason why she scanned the whole lake, why she's so damn sure that there was nothing else on the lake, is because she saw the boat and it's like, that's not what I was looking for. So she started looking for anything else. Is Gordy here? Did Gordy trigger that? That couldn't have been... I mean, it must be Gordy. That's why she looked across the whole lake. She was very sure she saw nothing else on the lake. So I think we got to use the article. I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Hold it! Who was that? Oh god, it's going to be Mia. It was me. Aya? Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire a pistol? You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outbursts. Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it. I saw Edgeworth. Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guards, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave. No, I'm not. My assistant is. No, no. Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong. Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Yeah, all she said she saw was two people in a boat. Didn't say specifically I saw Edgeworth. You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. Come on, Judge. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Ms. Lotterhart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he's in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya? Anne. Puh. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. Running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. That's literally all we're getting. That's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that, but I can't squander Maya's efforts either. Well, we're going to have to present... Well, let's question first. What about the other man? You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it, if you can. Oh, God, there we go. We got penalised. Jesus! This is rough. Alright. So she says she clearly saw it, but this photo is blurry as fuck. If that's what the camera picked up, that's what she could see as well. That is not clear. But we're going to present it. Got you. I got you, Miss Hart, finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. Every time I do it, it makes me laugh. The photo I took, the very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So, this picture was taken with a professional, high-quality film, correct? Yes. Yet it even could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim to have seen Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Well, obviously. Which is called hiding things. Yet now she's said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart. What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I could and I meant I could. Then please testify to the circumstances of the sighting. Did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. How Edgeworth was seen. You're right. It was a cold night and there was fog thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See, no problem. You used binoculars. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Binoculars don't just see through fog. I'm sorry, but they don't. You just made the blurry shape bigger. This one better be good. So we've got to be very specifically looking through this, rather than just questioning everything, because we're going to get hammered. It was a cold night, the mist was thick as grits. No need to contest that. Once she finished setting up the camera, I got back in the car, brought my binoculars, looked with the binoculars. Need to just get straight to an objection here. All we've really got is the camera Set up to take loud noises. Blurry lake photo still, but we've already used that. I'm going to question this one with the camera. Once she finished setting up the camera, she got back in her car. Let's see what this brings up. Your camera? Yeah, it's got an automatic... God, shut up, Karma. The issue we are concerned with here is Ms. Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. Not letting her answer any of my questions. Cold night, the mist was thick as goods. Is there anything in there we can use? I was hoping that would lead to something about why she set the camera up the way she did. That's still fishy to me. I brought my binoculars with me. He looked out with binoculars. Why did she bring binoculars? Not exactly the right kind of equipment for what she says she was doing. Yeah, binoculars. Yeah, yesterday you mentioned you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars, for that? I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to the case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright. Is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? Yes. Make or break time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Oh, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well. Ms. Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear you. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Now we can absolutely object to that. Okay, so nothing else is different. Do I want to press a question? Because if it was, I mean, why did it take the picture of a lake like that? Can't even see the sky in that picture. So do we present that? Or the Gordy article? What she was really doing was she was there monster hunting. She's just embarrassed to admit it. I'm going to question first. Ms. Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Yeah, well, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of a challenged intellect. Hey, now, wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth. No unnecessary comments, please. Okay. Well... I don't know which one of these two we need to use. It's either the article about the monster or the photograph not showing the stars at all. Look at it. I mean, that might also be zoomed in, but is that because she developed it and enlarged it? Or Is that the original picture that it took? That's the one she gave us before she said she enlarged it, actually, yeah. Okay, I'm confident. I'm going with this. You were photographing shooting stars, that's a lie. Says who? Take a look at this photograph. I'm not going to do it again. I've done enough Nickelback references today. This was taken on an automatic setting, was it not? Yeah, that's right. You have to point the camera upwards to take photos of stars, Miss Hart. But as this photograph clearly shows, the camera was pointed directly at the lake. Oof! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph the shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Your Honor, take a look at this. What Miss Hart was trying to photograph in the lake... Monsters! Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this, a newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gord Lake. Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see your proof that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Do we have proof? I mean... Again, the photo shows that it was set to the lake anyway. Is there anything to do with the map? No. Which of these would be proof? We have proof. Intriguing. Let's see it. No joking around this time, please. What proof? The witness was trying to photograph Gordy at the lake monster. I mean, that's set up to automatically take pictures when a loud noise is detected. Hey Sam, thank you. Gotta look your best when you're in court, you know, it gives a good impression. But I think the loud noise part of this, it's like, are shooting stars all that noisy? Not really. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? My work's idea of work-life balance is to give everyone a carry-on suitcase. It's a nice suitcase, but it comes from an evil company? Oh dear. Thus, the photograph here was taken when a gun fired on the lake. This article about Gordy, according to the article, it did say there was a loud noise. Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set the camera to respond to loud noises. I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure you did. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. No, we proved that she lied about her purpose and thus is an uncredible witness. Hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for a reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Ms. Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right, fine, I'll testify. I won't change nothing, though. Something will change, it has to, and I'm going to spot it. The judge is your favourite character. He's so thick. Yeah. Right, new testimony. Welcome back, Erikai. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop to be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake, but that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out to the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. But she said earlier that she scanned the whole lake. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at the boat the whole time, cross my heart, hope to fry. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. How is Lotta here? Oh, I'm not liking this woman at all. She's making my life very difficult. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she's a research student or a photographer has no bearing on the case. Actually, it did change. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defence's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. He's up to something, and I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her. Why? Because there is a contradiction? Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourselves. You must have something in mind. That would be a first. Haha, very funny. You understand this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright? If there's no problem with the testimony this time, we'll let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Okay. He's not a research student at a university, investigative photographer. Okay, so as was said, no bearing on the case. We're not going to push on any of this. Imagine what a scoop to be if we got a picture of the monster. That's why I was camping by the lake. That all checks out, and I do believe this is the truth now. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out at the lake, with binoculars, she supposedly said. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. I saw a flash near one of the men's hands and heard another gunshot. I think this is the one that changed. Earlier, she said that she knew there was nothing else on the lake because she scanned the whole lake with her binoculars. Because she was looking for, now we know, for Gordy. That's how we pushed to that. Is there anything we can present? Didn't she want to find Gordy? Yeah, that's what she was doing there. That's why she set everything up. She was actually trying to find Gordy, not photographing stars. She just didn't want people to think she was a loon. So that's immaterial to the case still, so there's no point pushing on that now. We've used that to show that she's, like, you know, not been testifying correctly. Now we've got her to re-testify finally. And there's something's changed in this, and I think it's this. She said she watched the boat the whole time. And we were very close to pushing on that, but then we got told to back off. Because she wasn't watching the boat the whole time, I think. She was insistent she did, and we were like, how do you know there was nothing else on the lake? She says, well, I scanned the whole lake. Now she's saying she watched the boat the whole time. But she couldn't do that if she was scanning the whole lake.